Join me right now on Kumite TV is the busiest man in the world now. You're like international. You're going to Europe. You're in Asia. You're everywhere. Will Chope, what's going on?
What's up, bro? It's been a while, but yeah, definitely. Uh, finally hitting Europe. It's been like that was like the longest goal. I never thought I was actually gonna end up getting to Europe. Been in Asia so long, but yeah, it's pretty dope now.
Well, the last time I talked to you, you were getting ready for your bare knuckle boxing debut in Taiwan. Now you're in Malaysia. Why are you in Malaysia now? What brought you there?
Oh man, I bounce around a lot, anyways. But what's I used to work for this gym here in Kale called Muay Fit. I used to work for them back in the day. They used to have like one of the best fight teams in Malaysia. Now Monarchy's known as the best gym, but I would still say Muay Fit's still like a good number. It's like a number two. But uh, but yeah, they needed some help coaching, and I can make some extra money. Um, so yeah, why not make like I mean I fight. I mean, my main source of income is fighting, but if I can make some extra money here and there to be a guest coach, and I don't, like it's not a long term contract, and the gym's not going to try to control me, so I prefer these type of jobs like short term guest coach in 1 or 2 months, and then I can bounce and go back to Thailand. So that's why I'm here.
All right, let's go back to your last fight, bare knuckle boxing 15 in London. You were supposed to take on somebody else, and then they switched the opponent on you late notice. How much notice did you have for your new opponent?
I had about 10 days notice. I was supposed to fight Jimmy Sweeney. Jimmy Sweeney is this Irish. They call him Irish traveler, but he's a gypsy. He's an Irish gypsy guy. Like it's funny as us. Like when I hear the word gypsy, I still kind of laugh because I don't. To me, I didn't really think they were real. I thought they were like cartoon characters, you know. But nah, this dude's a real gypsy. Like they're straight out of Snatch. Yeah, I met him last. I met him at the last show at some of the press. But he's the champion for the organization. He's the champion, I think, in 2 or 3 of their weight classes. So I was supposed to fight him originally. I guess he had a family member die like 2 weeks before the show, and he pulled out. Yeah, which was I didn't have a problem with. I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna fight. The champion don't want to fight me, and then the show gave me another matchup. It was no matter what, I was all gonna get easier from down there. But they brought in this French guy, this French MMA fighter named Sofiane Ventura. He was like a 50-50 record type guy. He's the kind of guy who fights anybody, takes last minute fights, and he took the fight against me on 10 days notice. The reason why he's a 50-50 record is because he does those last minute fights, and that's what happened. So yeah, we fought, and then I won by decision, and yeah, it was a pretty good fight. I thought it was really technical. A lot of people in England, I guess, and all the comments on YouTube, I guess, didn't like the fight. They thought I had no power, I wasn't exciting, or didn't like my pink shorts. I got so many comments about my pink shorts, which was like, hey, fuck you guys, like. But yeah, I thought it was a good fight. I thought I fought smart. I wasn't gonna go crazy and brawl and break my hand, which is, I guess, what they wanted to see. But yeah, fuck those guys.
Well, I guess, when you're going into something new, you want to go in there and fight smart, so you could kind of come back and perform better the next time, right? And what was the whole experience like of going and doing this bare knuckle boxing?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, no, the show, as far as the show BKB, like right now, BKFC in America is getting a lot of attention, and they're probably the most famous in bare knuckle. Everybody thinks bare knuckle boxing is like a it's new again or something. It's like a new thing again. But actually, BKB in England has been around for about a little over 3 years now, and they're the ones who created that bare knuckle documentary. I think it's on Netflix or it's on something out there. But yeah, they're the ones who created it all and brought the sport back and kind of brought it out of the dark ages and brought it out of the car parks. And now it's in the O2 Arena. But yeah, the show was great. They took care of me, flew me over, had a nice hotel near the O2. Yeah, I had no bad things to say about the promotion. It was definitely like I like the idea of fighting bare knuckle Muay Thai or bare knuckle like Lethwei, because at least I can kick or knee or elbow if my hands are gonna get like hurt. Because I had that experience in my Lethwei fight. Like you start punching, you land enough fights on the top of the skull, like it really hurts your hand. I've broken my hand before in MMA fights with gloves on and hand wraps, so like I don't want to break my hands again. So Like I'm real worried about that. Like I like having other options, but yeah. Before the last fight, I said this in the pre-fight interview when my opponent and stuff. I was like, he said he was gonna knock me out in the first round or whatever. It's like, and I even told him I was real honest. I was like, look, I'm gonna go 7 rounds with this guy. He's not gonna like it. I'm gonna go in there and like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there, fight technical, fight smart, and I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn how to fight this sport and just see how it goes and get the experience. It was my 107th professional fight, so I just like, even though I have over 100 fights, I'm still learning all the time. And fighting bare knuckle boxing is definitely new for me, so I just wanted to go in there, get the ring time, and learn.
How long did it take for you to get, your hands to get back to normal after, going 7 rounds?
Oh man, they were a little bit swollen. Man, they were pretty sore for a couple weeks. Like I didn't really want to hit pads or punch the bag, even with gloves on. It kind of was sore. Yeah, it took about 2-3 weeks for them to kind of stop feeling sore. Um, and what's funny, like you watch the fight, and like I said, people were complaining that I wasn't throwing power or whatever, but like my whole game plan was going in there throwing 40% volume over hard punches. I'd rather throw out a bunch of like kill a line with 1,000 cuts than one big smack. I'd rather that was my whole game plan.
Well,
Yeah,
now,
that should hurt.
yeah, well, now they love you. They want you back. They're going to bring you back March 30th, BKB 16. You're taking on Barrie Jones in the same O2 Arena. Now, what adjustments are you going to make? What adjustments have you made to enter your second fight in BKB?
Well, so the boxing, like normal Western boxing with gloves, usually it's 4 rounds, 6 rounds. It's even numbers, 4, 6, 8 to 12. For bare knuckle boxing, they do odd number rounds because they don't want to see draws. They don't like that. And also, instead of the rounds being 3 minutes, they're 2 minutes, so they're a lot faster. It's not as much like cardio, but it's a lot faster and a lot more intense. And like you have to be real careful. Like you can't in boxing, I can take a punch to give a punch, but in bare knuckle, you don't want none of that. Every single punch you get, you feel it. You instantly start swelling. The last fight though, I was fighting 7 rounds, so I knew I could. I wanted to go the distance because I felt like if I go the distance, I'll have a better chance of winning and gassing the guy out. But this next fight, I'm fighting only 3 rounds, so it's 3 2-minute rounds. It's just going to be a sprint. So I'm known to be. I'm kind of notorious for being a slow starter, and this time I've just been trying to like mentally prepare myself and just get in really good sprint shape, if that makes sense. Not in the marathon shape. I'm trying to get in that good sprint, be explosive, and just jump the gun from the get go and just go hard for those 6 minutes and see how it goes. I feel like I'm fighting a much better fighter than last time. I'm fighting this guy named Barrie Jones. He's a 22 wins, so like 10 losses in his professional boxing record. So he's a real boxer. He's probably one of the more experienced boxers I've ever fought. So yeah, it should be a good fight. I hope. If I win, it'll be a good fight.
With that ring time you've accumulated, what strike is the most effective? Do you believe? With the least damage to your hands.
Man, I really like. I always invest in the body, so I definitely like body shots. I feel like even bare knuckle, I can punch the body as hard as I want. I can go 100%, and I don't have to worry about my hand breaking. But obviously, if I hit the elbow or if I hit the top of the skull, like that's hard. It's actually being a taller fighter. It's actually kind of hard because I'm punching down on people, and guys really tuck their head down and they're trying to make me hit their forehead or make me hit the top of their head, and so like it's hard being accurate. Like you have to be really accurate. But if I can go for the body, invest in the body, and hit this side of the face, like that's ideally where I want to go, and that's where I want to hit. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, after that, you told me, that you're gonna go to Italy and you're gonna fight MMA on May 4th. Talk about that upcoming fight.
Yeah, I just signed the contract yesterday. I'm fighting. I forget his name. Giovanni Molino, I think his name is. I'm not sure if you know what Venator FC is. He's a Venator FC veteran. Mm-hmm. Venator is probably the biggest show in Italy. It's pretty big show in Europe. He's pretty good. I think he's 12 wins, 4 losses. I'm fighting at welterweight, which I usually fight at lightweight or catchweight. So that's gonna be That's gonna should be interesting. I'm kind of one thing I will say though about having 100 fights. Like I don't mind fighting. I love fighting, but having all these fights and making all those weight cuts, especially back in the day when I used to cut to 66, like I'm kind of over it. You know, like as far as that, like I'm not over fighting. I love fighting, but as far as like extreme weight cuts and I don't give a fuck. If I got to fight a bigger guy because I don't want to cut weight, I'd rather fight a bigger guy. I'm just not going to go in there and I don't think I'll ever cut over 6 kilos again before a fight. Like I won't do it. I'm not doing it again.
What is your strategy usually for weight cutting?
So I'm with the mentality of enjoy now, suffer later. Like I live my life with that kind of mentality. That's like the product of me having 3 kids with another on the way. You know, enjoy now, suffer later. Like, but yeah, like I mean, I live my life. I eat what I want. You know, I'm still like I fight all the time. You know, so if I literally try to diet and control, and I would literally hate my life all the time. So I'm just gonna enjoy now. If I gotta go in the sauna and I gotta, like, I can diet for a month and then my whole life sucks for a month, or I can go enjoy what I want and go suffer in the sauna for 2 or 3 days, and only 2 or 3 days suck, you know. So if I do math, I feel like that's much better, you know. so yeah, that's pretty much how I live my life.
That makes sense.
Yeah. but no. Legit though, like 1 week before the fight, like I'll try to water load. I'll try to cut the carbs and like stupid food. I'll try not to eat too much stupid shit the last week before the fight, and I'll try to water load a little bit. Which water loading definitely makes the sauna cut easier. Like I can cut weight. I can always like literally if I go in a sauna tomorrow and I got to cut like 5-6 kilos, it'll fucking hurt, but I can do it. You know, like I know I can do it. It's anything over 6 kilos is like, ooh, like that shit sucks. You know, you got to really kind of diet and you got to really control like eating, you know, really all green salads with no dressing and pure like, you know, steamed chicken breast, like really just your life sucking, you know, as far as, but yeah, if I cut over 6 kilos, I got to do it kind of properly. But yeah, when I take these fights, I just try to clean up the last few days, like the fight week I travel, I'll try to clean it up, and then I'll just try to do most of it in the sauna. And I don't have too much problem cutting water weight in the sauna, so as long as it's not over 6 kilos. So yeah.
After May, what are your plans? Are you coming back to Asia to fight? Do you have anything else in the pipeline?
Yeah, definitely. Which everybody thinks I'm crazy, but May 17th I'm gonna fight Lethwei again in Tokyo. I'm supposed to fight this guy named Lokuku. I think he's from the Congo, but he lives in Japan. He's based full time in Japan. He just won his last Lethwei fight against Kai Chi. So yeah, May 17th. I fought Kai Chi before, this Malaysian guy. He's a pretty experienced kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter. He fights all the time. But yeah, he fought Lokuku in Lethwei, and he got TKO'd, I think, in the 3rd or 4th round. So they're gonna fly me back to Tokyo, and I'll fight that guy May 17th. And yeah, definitely looking forward to that fight. I definitely, as far as all combat sports, I think I like Lethwei the most. I just feel like it's the most raw. Bare-knuckle boxing is pretty intense. It's like mano-a-mano, but it's not like... I like kicking. I like elbowing somebody. I like to have the option that you can headbutt, you can clinch. Yeah, don't get me wrong, bare-knuckle boxing is cool, but not as cool as Lethwei. Yeah.
Well, you know, you got a busy couple months ahead of you. It's always good catching up with you, Will, and good luck on, you know, everything that you're doing. And hopefully we can speak again after these 3 fights.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely looking forward to it. Always good time to talk to you, bro. And yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.